Yeah, welcome to another edition of this video editing with iRichmedia. Today I decided to look a little bit different, okay? So let's dive in. What's our topic for today? We are talking about creating projects. So the last time we talked about when we're opening our project, we talked about setting the location, your file location, and all that. So now we want to go more into it. So let me fold my shirt so I can be smart. All right. So the first thing we'll do here is organizing our files. The last time I mentioned some of them, but now we're going into it more. So organizing your file. Let's say you shoot a show, and it's a comedy show, and then you shot it with, let's say, two cameras, and then you want to edit. Um, Before you edit, after shooting, what the next thing you do is you copy your files. To copy your files, create a mother project called, okay, Richie's live session with students. Okay, Richie live session is the mother folder. Now we shot it with three cameras. One was on red carpet, and then two was inside main and roving camera. Okay, let me just quickly explain the things I said. Now, red carpet, you know what a red carpet is when you shoot and then ask questions to people outside. There's a camera there. Then there's a main camera. Main cameras are the ones that are facing the stage, the one that is facing the stage. And then the roving camera is one that moves about to take reaction shots and instrumental list and all that. Then those are the three cameras you used, and then you recorded audio from the mixer. So putting everything together, you have to create a folder. Name one, camera two, camera three, audio. So you copy all these four items: camera one, camera two, red carpet, and audio. You copy them in their different folders, so you don't mess up your screen or mess up yourself when you want to start editing. Now, that is what organizing your files are, because you can't just bring everything to the project. You'll be confused when you are trying to look for some things. Where is this shot? Where would I see this shot? But if you copy everything in their respective folders, you would know exactly what to do when the time comes. So let's talk about we've talked about organizing your file. So why do you need to organize your file? I already mentioned it, so that you will understand or know where to go to get what. And then that's the importance of it. And then importing files to your Premiere Pro. Let's go into Premiere Pro. So when you want to import, remember to leave your workspace on editing. Now, when you want to import files, there are three major ways that you can import files. The first one is you drag and drop. The second one is you double click on your project area. This is your project area. You double click on this place. The third one is you go to your file and import it. So let's try the three steps. Hope I'm not getting too fast. If I'm going too fast, you pause and you scroll back, you rewind back, and then you listen again. All right. So the first one is drag and drop. You go to your folder. Let me see the folder I have here opened. iRichmedia Hub. Okay, iRichmedia Hub. This is the first. So I want to bring in this folder. So the first one is drag and drop. I will highlight everything I want. I will drag it and look for where my Premiere Pro is, and I will drop it here. It will show import files. These are the two videos I just dropped. That's the first way to import your files. Then the second way is to double click on this space. Don't double click on any clip, just double click on this space here. Double click. So just double click on this space here, and then it will take you to your Windows browser. So you look for where the file is, iRichmedia Hub. Go there, and then you see this video. Okay, let's say these are the two clips you want. You click on them, and then you click on, let me take just one, then you click on open. It will import it and put it there. This is the video here. So the third one is what? Going to file. Go to file, scroll down until you see import. Click on import, then come here, click on what you want to import, and open. And then that is the three major way to import your files. First, drag and drop. Second, double click on your work area, on your project area. Third one is go to file, go to import, and then go to the folder where your files are. Then you import your files. So those are the three major ways to import files to your timeline. I hope you understand this step. Okay, so the next thing is, now that you have imported your files, you want to edit your files. So let's say this, you want to edit this, you want to start with this clip. You what you need to do is go to the beginning. So let me explain some of the tools here and their uses. So this is mark in. You see it under mark in. The shortcut to mark in is I. This is mark out. The shortcut to mark out is O. Then this is go to in, like you're going to the beginning to where you marked. Then this is like a step, a frame step backward. This is play. This is a step forward, a frame forward. This is go to out. Then insert. This is overwrite. This is export a frame. Like you want to export just one frame, it will export it in picture for you. Okay, so now this clip in your project, what this is, what your project preview. I guess you haven't forgotten, this is your project preview, this is your project area. So currently our timeline is empty, our timeline preview is empty. Our timeline preview is empty because our timeline is empty. Our timeline is empty. So to start editing, go to your video, and then take it to where you want to start from, and then you mark in by clicking here. So from the beginning to this point, we don't need it. So we need from this point, let's say to before this guy disappeared. Out, then you mark out. So this area is what you need for this particular video. So what you need to do is you drag your video from the middle of the clip. Now there are different ways to drag to your timeline depending on what you want. Now if it is the video and the audio you want together, you drag from this middle, you drag it here to your timeline. When you drag it to your timeline, you see that the preview for your timeline will pop up. So now you have a preview here. Now if the preview you need, if what you need on the timeline is not the video and the audio, you just need, maybe you need just the video, you come here. If you put your mouse here, you see drag video only. For those of you that are into interior designs, you have designed an apartment, and then you did a recording of the steps you did, and then you want to do a voice underlay for it. So while you are talking, those clips of you working on the house, on the apartment, will be rolling over your voice. Your voice will be under while those things will be under. So if you want that, you come here, you drag video only. put it on top, put it here. So if you see now on this part, you won't see a video wave under, an audio wave under, but for this one you see an audio wave under. Then if it is only, let's say you downloaded a video, a music video, but you want to use only the audio for the job you are doing, what you need to drag from here now is here. It says what? Drag audio only. You drag audio and put under your video. So for this you drag audio only, for this you dragged video only. So while we've moved from the project to the project preview and the timeline to the timeline preview. So, but there are some things within this timeline you need to understand what it means, like this I here, this V1, V2, V3, and all that. So this I simply represents toggle track output. It means you want to turn it off. If you turn it off, it's just like you are blinding eyes. You have closed it. If you strike, if you see this symbol anywhere, you know that this means it is not visible. But if you open it, it is visible. So this V1 means video 1, this V2 means video 2, this V3 means video 3, this A1 means audio 1, audio 2, audio 3. So mute, if you want to mute a particular track, you click on mute. If you want to solo, like you want to do a recording, you can do it even on this software. So when you finish putting your videos, you can just record and talk under it while you are seeing the video playing. So that's the way. And then so you see that we have video 1, video 2, video 3. So if you are working, like let's say you're working with 3 cameras, you can add one to video 1, add another to video 2, add to video 3, so on and so forth. The more you add, the more the videos are increasing. So that is that about that. So you already know the use of these and all that. So let's come to this session now. This, if you watch me working on my laptop, you'd the major things I use on this is this first one, which is your selection tool. Without the selection tool, you cannot move this guy. You cannot move this guy on your timeline. So you selection tool, and then this has to do with forwarding. It has different this thing under. If you click it, you will see the other one. So this is your razor. It's used to cut clip. Let's say you've already succeeded in bringing the clip to the timeline. So you want to cut a particular clip. Let's say this clip now, you want to cut this point. Let's say there was a mistake. Okay, while I was teaching, I made some mistakes. Let's say I wanted to say but, and I say on instead of but, and I say on. So I want to remove that but. What I need to do is to come to this razor clip. Now, one thing you must notice is whenever I put my mouse on a tool, it will show you in brackets the shortcuts. So if you watch me working, I don't use my mouse to come and be clicking select or come and click cut or text. All I need to do is just click the shortcut. C for cut. I'll just cut here. This is the area I don't want, and then I'll just remove it. So I don't want this area. So after removing it, I'll not drag it and bring it. I'll not drag it and bring it here. So there won't be blank air. From here, it will get into the next. Okay. So this is your hand tool to move through the timeline. So we've talked about a handful of things. We've talked about these tools. We've talked about understanding the interface. So this should be the end of the class. This should be the end of the class. So, but before I end the class, I would like to give you guys a very simple assignment. What's the assignment? Now, you already know how to create the timeline. You already know how to create a timeline. how to create a project. Sorry, you already know how to create a project, and then you already know how to bring your project from the project preview to the timeline. So do a short video on yourself. Like, the short video should be, okay, do an introduction of yourself, and then put a music under. How do you do that? Simple. The introduction, you drag, after talking on, you can use your phone to do this. After talking, you drag to the timeline. Let me clear my timeline. After you bring your video to your project, double click on it to show on your timeline. Drag from your timeline to the drag from your project preview to the timeline, and then you would make you now import a music that you want to use. If it's a video you downloaded, you can use it. You can double click on the sound you want to use, or the video you downloaded and you want to use the sound for underlay. Come here, click, drag audio only, and put it on audio 2, A2. Then if you do that, you might discover that the audio of your talking is lower than the audio of the music. So what do? If you look here, you see that there are lines, small lines here. This line, the first one here is your first track. So click on it, put your mouse on the line. It will now show two arrows, one pointing up and the other one pointing down. Drag it and expand it. Then you cannot increase your voice. You see a line in the middle. Increase it. Increase the voice. If after increasing it is still very low, just right click the audio. Look for audio gain. Click on audio gain, and then you can increase this by 6 or by 12. Let me increase this by 12. Click OK. The audio wave, you see that the audio wave will increase. Then you go to your music you downloaded. You can now reduce this track, increase the track of the music you downloaded. Increase the side of the music you downloaded. Then you decrease the volume until it is now under your voice. It should not overshadow your voice. So this is what you do. And then based on the fact that I'm giving you an assignment, I will just add how to export your timeline to this. How to export your timeline. So after doing this, in the end of your video, this is your video. So what do you do next? To export this timeline now. With this class, you can actually do a lot already. With this last class, you can do a lot. So you go to your file, go down to export, go to media, click on media, wait for it to come up, and then when you get to media, you select the presets you want. Make sure that the video you want to do is within 30 seconds. On your timeline, you will see the time there, time frame. So when it is 30 seconds, you stop it, so that it will be WhatsApp timing, WhatsApp story time. Okay, so you come here, output name, click on output name. The folder where you exported the file, where you created your project, create another folder there, call it edited. So you select that edited folder, and then you name the file what you want to name it, and then you click save. After clicking save, for now, that's the only thing you would change. If you are doing a longer video, you'll have to come to this preset and change this preset from match source to every. You can try all these sizes out. These are different sizes for different platforms, for different in different situations. Okay. Another thing is in your formats. Before you export in your formats, you might not be seeing H264 there because it's your first time opening it. So click on it. I think it will be on AVI. So click on it and look for H264. Put it there. When you put it there, that's when this preset will pop out. Then you can decide to use HD. If you use HD, high quality, 1080p, the size will be large and the video quality will be better. So, but just use match source since we are doing a very short video of less than 30 seconds. After that, you click on export. I don't export this one now because I'm not done with it. Click on export. When you click on export, it will export your timeline and then send it to me. What's the assignment? Say your name, introduce yourself. My name is blah 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 blah, and I am learning under iRichmedia Hub. So that's it. Send it to me. It should be within 30 seconds. If you want to, you can add extra words to it, but it should be within 30 seconds. Thank you guys for having this time. I hope you learned something new. Have a great day. Tired.